let's talk about a huge challenge facing the real estate world right now. The market is getting really tough, buyers are getting nervous, and let's be honest, the old sales tricks just aren't working anymore. So today, we're going to walk through a completely new playbook, one designed to win in the market of 2026.
So, let's just get right to the heart of it, shall we? This is the question that's probably keeping a lot of developers and agents up at night. When the economy feels shaky and buyers are genuinely scared to make a big move, how on earth do you close a deal? How do you get past that very real, very powerful feeling of fear?
And here it is. This is the big idea. The entire strategy we're about to unpack really comes down to this one single, powerful shift in mindset. It's not about dreaming up a better discount or using more aggressive sales tactics. It's about changing your entire goal from making a sale to solving your customer's problem.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at what it means to win in a tough market. Then we'll dive into strategies for building real trust. After that, a look at the modern sales playbook, followed by a 4-week action plan you can actually use. And we'll wrap up by looking at why trust is so much more valuable than discounts.
Okay, first up, winning in this kind of market. You see, the old methods are failing for a simple reason. They don't actually address the real issue behind why people aren't buying, and that issue is fear. So a new approach isn't just a nice idea, it's an absolute must.
So, if fear is the big roadblock, what's the solution? Well, that brings us to our second section, which is all about the answer: powerful strategies for building genuine, solid trust with your buyers.
The first strategy is a concept we can call financial peace of mind, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of avoiding those awkward money conversations, you lean into them. You basically make it your mission to find and eliminate the biggest anxieties that are holding a buyer back.
And here's what that actually looks like in practice. A customer is afraid of running out of money for payments. You meet that fear with a payment plan that is so low it feels completely manageable. They're afraid the whole project could be a scam or might fail. You meet that with the ultimate safety net, a buyback guarantee. You see, these aren't just clever sales features. They are direct solutions to a customer's worst-case scenarios.
The second strategy for building trust is all about radical transparency. It's the show, don't tell method. Think about it. Daily videos from the construction site aren't just little updates. They are tangible proof of progress. Showing off the quality of the steel and cement might seem boring, but it proves you are cutting corners. And testimonials from people who already live there? Wow, that is the most powerful kind of proof you can possibly have.
Okay, so you've built this foundation of trust. Now what? How does your sales team adapt? Well, that's what Section 3 is all about, the modern sales playbook, which is all about shifting your team from sellers into advisors. The whole idea here is to completely transform your sales team. This starts with training. They need to understand more than just your floor plans. They need to get personal finance, banking loans, and real estate law. The very first conversation with a potential client shouldn't be about your property. It should be about their budget. The goal just completely shifts from get the deposit to guide them to a decision that's actually good for them.
And technology plays a huge role here, but it has to be technology that serves the customer. VR tours, for instance, aren't just cool gadgets. They respect the customer's time and let them explore on their own terms. And social media like TikTok and Reels, well, they become a place to provide real value, sharing knowledge, maybe even a little humor about homeownership instead of just another place to run ads. You're building an audience by helping them, not just by selling to them.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, this next section gives you a clear, step-by-step plan you could literally start this Monday.
And here it is, a simple 4-week sprint. Week 1 is all about getting your team educated. Week 2, you start filming and creating all that transparency content. Week 3, you officially launch those financial peace of mind offers. And by week 4, you bring it all together and invite customers to the site so they can see with their own eyes all the progress you've been showing them online. It's a focused plan to totally change your sales approach.
And all of this leads us to our final and maybe most important point. In a market that's paralyzed by fear, the very currency you're dealing with starts to change.
You know, the old playbook says that when things get slow, you just offer a discount. But that's a short-term fix. It creates a purely transactional relationship, and honestly, it can even cheapen the value of your property. The trust strategy, on the other hand, is a long-term solution. It builds a real relationship, a partnership, and it adds so much value to your brand that the price starts to feel not just fair, but safe.
So when you boil it all down, what's the real takeaway? It's this.
When someone is about to make the biggest financial decision of their life, especially in uncertain times, a feeling of confidence is worth way more than a 5% price cut. Trust. Trust becomes your single most valuable asset.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. I want you to take a really hard look at your own methods, your team's training, your marketing messages. Are you still playing by the old rules, trying to win with tactics from a boom market? Or are you truly set up to build the trust you need to win in the market of today?